Hi guys, making this video to give you guys an update. I am done with this semester. It is finally over. It wasn't hard. It was just time consuming, a lot of information. And then when you try to do school with life, that's when it becomes hard because now you have to do a whole lot of time management. And that becomes hard, especially when you have small kids and they're vying for your attention, but you need to study because you have a test like every other week, and the test is like 70 something questions, and you have a lab that you have another test in, and that's like a whole, another topic and information, its own class by itself. Sometimes it does correlate with the lecture, but most of the time it's new information that you have to learn. So that's when it becomes hard. So it was like even though it's one credit, it was like taking another 3 credit class with all the information. So it was really hard. But I did get an A in both classes. And I'm very happy because I thought I was going to get a B in lecture because all of my tests were in the upper 80s. And when the modules and the homeworks are factored in, and her kindness and mercy, because even with the homeworks and the modules being factored in, it still wouldn't have reached a 90, that A. But she gave it to me anyway, and I'm so grateful. I'm 6 months pregnant now, and I can't wait till I drop this load because, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. It's like draining the life out of me. And I don't know what else to tell you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. Oh, one piece of advice that I do want to give you is wear your personal protection equipment. I don't, even if they're not on isolation. Sometimes people get offended, patients will get offended when you come, and it's because when you think about it, I only wear personal protection equipment in a non-isolation room if I'm bathing someone, if I'm cleaning them up, if they had like a big explosion, a big bowel movement, or they're really messy. I put it on because you never know what's going to fly here and there and everywhere. So I'm doing it to protect myself and to protect, the other patients. You don't want to complete your shift with stuff on you or having to go to the environmental services just to get, new uniforms when all of this could have been avoided. So be smart about it. Use what's there, and don't be afraid to offend someone. You're not really offending them. You're protecting yourself, and you are protecting other people. Think of it like that. And also, when you are with a patient and they're in a non-isolation room and they're coughing and hacking, don't be afraid to go get that mask and put it on. Protect yourself, because I can't tell you how many times I went into a person's room who was not on isolation yet, and they had something and they just weren't moved, or I didn't know. The nurse, didn't really read the notes, so they didn't really know. And they had something that was, required for them to be on droplet precautions. And they all in my face talking, and, they have nothing. So even with that, protect yourself. Don't get too close to people before you even go in the isolation room. Find out what they're on isolation for, because sometimes that information is not passed in your report, or sometimes new information comes and they have been diagnosed with something. Always find out before your shift, even if you had them the day before, because labs could come back, test results can come back. You want to protect yourself because you are putting yourself in danger every time you walk into your workplace in the hospital, because people have things and you can catch things, and some things are not curable. And You want to protect yourself and your family. So don't be afraid to put that mask on. And sometimes people who are in isolation rooms, they're like, oh, you don't need that. And they get offended. You put that thing on anyway. Just say, it's okay. I'm just taking precautions. I'm just doing what's required of me. It's nothing against you, you know. So protect yourself. Isolation, not isolation. You got stuff to clean up. You got grossness happening. You need to put that protect yourself. Folies. When you're emptying Foley's, double up on them gloves. I always double up when I'm emptying Foley's, when I'm changing briefs, when I'm cleaning somebody up, when I'm bathing them, I double up on gloves. The only time I don't wear gloves is if I'm doing double up. I wear gloves every time I enter a patient's room. I wear one pair of gloves like when I'm doing vital signs or throwing cups away, cleaning up the room, but I always have gloves on my hands. Do not enter a patient's room without any gloves. I don't care what anyone say to you. You protect yourself. This is your life. This is the life of your family, of your children. You will not get fired for putting on gloves. It's for your protection. They're there. Use them. So you guys have a wonderful day. Talk to you later. Bye.